I have a question from Mike. Mike says this: At your age, I am the same age as you. Good for you. Am I still able to build muscle, or am I lucky to just maintain? Boy, I'm going to stop right there, Mike, because that's a good thing. That's why the great strength researchers would always say, get yourself as strong as you could in your youth, because, you know, um, as we age, strength levels drop. And the idea was this: if you came into old age really, really strong, you would be even late in your life, in your 90s, still not even where an average 50-year-old might be. Okay? So that is like the fountain of youth on the strength side. In hypertrophy, I mean, the smartest thing, everyone got mad at Art Devaney for saying this, but when the woman asked, what's the best way to lose fat? And he said, don't get fat in the first place. I mean, that upset a lot of people, but he was right. So if you can go into your and I think that the age is about 30, you know, if you can get to your 30s without being, setting the foundation for obesity, you're going to be so much happier in your 60s like we are than if you did not. Now, building lean body mass after, well, probably what is it, about 35 to about 55 is where a lot of the engines really start to slow down for hypertrophy. So you want to get into your mid 30s with the best level of reasonable but continually attainable lean body mass that you can have. Got to be reasonable, but it has to be continually attainable. So, I mean, it'd be that walking around lean body mass that you can, if you go on a two-year thing, that's, and, I don't know, get deployed somewhere or change jobs or have to raise two newborn twins or something like that. That, the weight you weigh 2 years later, the lean body mass there, that's the lean body mass I think I'm talking about here. Can you, now, okay, so when you get in that 35 to 55 range, you start to drop down in lean body mass, you get fatter and you lose your muscle. You know, it's easier to maintain that than to try to build it. Now, once you get to our age, can you still build lean body mass? I think you can, but you have to be doing things across the board that support it. And I'm not talking about going to a doctor and getting injections or something like that. I'm talking about your sleep. I meditate now almost daily now for at least 15 minutes. I think it helps my sleep for one thing, but I also think it helps. How it helps lean body mass, I don't know, but boy, you can sure see it on me. I have found that lifting weights, Olympic lifting and walking, lifting weights for me, Olympic lifting and walking, that seems to do more for me to get lean body mass up than training harder. Because, let's just say when you're 14, you have this much range to screw things up. At our age, you have this much range to screw things up. So if you're overtraining in the weight room, you can't fix it with sleep. If you're killing yourself in your cardio, you can't fix it with your vegetables and protein. So you just have to do enough to keep sparking the system up. But yes, I do think you can. It's not going to be like when you hit puberty. For me, it was nice. In college, I finally hit puberty. It was nice. Thank you, God. My goal, Mike says, is good health and strength well into my 80s and beyond. Okay. Sleep. Get those meditations in. Practice falling, Okay, sleep, meditation, some kind of recovery. I have a sauna right behind me. Right through that door is a sauna. I guess ice baths are good for some people. I think they're too cold. Get your vegetables in, get your protein in. Lift weights, but don't burn the candle at both ends. Get your walks in, get your light rucking, your heavy hands, whatever it is, get your body fat burned down. Do that. but try to nudge everything into the right direction. That's a great phrase for us. I want you to nudge your strength levels up. I want you to nudge your fat loss burners faster. I want you to nudge your cardiovascular conditioning. I want you to nudge your sleep in a more positive direction. I don't want you to come down and hammer on it because you're just not going to be able to do it. But if you can do 365, 366 days a year of better sleep, better vegetables, better protein, smarter cardio, smarter weight training, you'll get to where you need to be in your 80s. You know, if everything else works out too. Hope that helps. Good question.